Carillon Bells Finalized Plan, presented to you by the Sendas Community Association. On September 5, 2025, ownership of the community's Carillon Bells will be transferred from Sendas to the McShane Bell Company for $30,000. Founded in 1856, the McShane Bell Company is nationally respected and known for preserving, restoring, and rehoming historic bells. McShane will now oversee the future of the Carillon, and this decision was reached after years of careful consideration, input from residents, and a thorough financial review from the Sendas Board of Directors. This decision was guided by the Community Association's mission to ensure the long-term success of our beautiful community. In 1995, Sendas was gifted a set of 48 Carillon bells by one of the original developers. A carillon is a musical instrument made up of a set of tuned bronze bells. Traditionally housed in a tower, it is played using a keyboard or an automated system. Carillons are designed to perform melodies and are often found in churches, universities, and other public spaces. Hand-cast by the Royal Bell Factory in Holland, the bells were installed on the current I-beam frame tower and then later relocated, now residing near the 7th tee box at the Sendas Golf Course. Over the years, this secluded location on golf course property gradually became overgrown with trees and bushes, making the bells less visible and difficult for residents to access. In 2008, 24 of the bells were discovered missing and presumed stolen, which reduced the instrument's range from 4 octaves to 2. Even if restored, the association would need to replace the missing 24 Carillon bells in order for it to perform the original range of melodies as intended. The original concept was to build a 60-foot enclosed tower to house the bells, but the plan was never executed. Considering the instrument's condition and the extensive refurbishment required, the board has carefully evaluated various plans for the bells in conjunction with other community projects and priorities. In 2019, the board appointed a working group to develop a proposal for the Carillon bells as part of a 5-year master plan. The group's proposal included relocating the bells to Boulder Mountain Park, building a brand new tower, and hiring professionals to fully refurbish and restore the bells to working order. At the time, the estimated cost was approximately $300,000 in 2019, and there were no funds available for the project. Therefore, in 2020, the board added a line item to the reserve study to allow the community to save for the project. Given rising construction and material costs, updated projections now place the cost closer to $400,000, and that price does not include ongoing maintenance and repair costs. Although the idea to restore and relocate the bells was discussed in depth over multiple years, the board ultimately decided that while meaningful, this project would not be a responsible use of association resources given the current community needs. This conclusion was based on several key considerations. 1. Reserve funding. The association's reserve fund remains below the board's 70% target. The board anticipates the need for additional assessment increases in 2026 and 2027, along with a freeze on spending for elective projects to offset rising costs and bring the community closer to a healthy reserve fund. 2. Current community needs. Ongoing projects such as continuing fire mitigation work, installing irrigation, plant replacement along public roads, maintenance, and more directly serve the residents and require financial resources. 3. Resident sentiment. Based on ongoing feedback and the current financial standing of the community, the board recognizes that the residents expect the association to prioritize essential projects and financial stability over elective projects. With the reserve fund remaining below the 70% goal and the projection that the restoration project will meet or exceed $400,000, the board has determined that this approach would best reflect community values and goals. 4. Noise concerns. When the bells were operational in the past, the association and the golf course received complaints about the noise, with some describing it as intrusive. While many residents may enjoy the sound of the bells, The board expects that other residents would not like the bells chiming near their homes regularly and has taken a community-centered approach towards this decision. 5. Future risk. Continued inaction would likely lead to further loss or deterioration of the bells, reducing the potential of preserving the historic bells. We would like you to note that the Sendas Community Association Board is committed to reviewing each proposed project independently, with consideration given to cost, resident input, and alignment with the community's long-term priorities. The bells will officially be entrusted to the McShane Bell Company, who is a renowned manufacturer of church bells since 1856. McShane will first offer the bells as a complete set to interested buyers. If no buyer is found, then they will be divided into 2 octaves, 12 bells per octave, allowing each set to play a full range of notes. If they remain unsold, the next step will be to offer the bells individually. Many of these will find homes in churches, universities, or as remembrance bells at fire stations, while some are placed at private residences. Rehoming the bells is a careful project that can take 1 to 2 years, but they will never be discarded or scrapped. Overall, the board is excited to see that the Sendas Carillon bells are going to find a new home where they will continue to be enjoyed and cherished for years to come.